Andrew, you acted in middle school, high school, college.
Yeah.
What made you want to come to LA and think that you could do it as a career?
So I was born in LA, moved to San Diego when I was a kid, and my earliest memories of me wanting to act. I just have never known anything different. It's just what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And fortunately, being born here and understanding the system of LA was a huge plus. So it's just never has been something I questioned. It was just always been something I was going to do, and I didn't have to come to LA. I could just be here because I have always been here. So yeah, it's just always been something I was going to do, period. And I never thought anything different. Yeah.
You said something really interesting. The system of
Yeah.
LA. What is that system?
LA is a system, has a system. You have to understand that LA is smaller than people think. It's spread out for sure. But you have to get used to how things run here, how traffic works, how when you have a job, how to get there, it's the living details, right? I think a lot of people come here that I talk to, and I tell them, take a year to get used to things. Don't worry about making a move in the industry. Don't worry about getting auditions. Don't worry about all this stuff. Understand how LA works. Understand that it's going to take an hour to get anywhere.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. Understand that your social life is those you work with. And when you want your social life, you have to plan for that. It's not like New York where you can walk down the street and hit 7 bars in 30 minutes. It's not like that. It's different. And everyone here is a working professional. And you have to prepare for that. And so understanding that system and growing up in it really was super helpful, because then I could just get into the work and worry about that kind of stuff, because living here is second nature, obviously, for me. So
what made you want to act? I know you said it was just in you.
I don't know.
You never saw like a movie like
no.
E.T. or something, and you're like,
no. I just remember being born.
I want to be Elliot.
Being born and wanting to do it. My earliest memory is just wanting to do it. I do remember watching the movie Life with Mikey with Michael J. Fox.
Okay. I remember that.
He plays an agent in the film, and he finds this girl on the street who's like hustling, and he's like, she's a great actor. Let's get her in commercials. That was the first time I understood that I needed an agent. But ever since I was born, I couldn't tell you what it was. I just was born. Just knew I wanted to do it.
Did anybody try to talk you out of it?
Never.
Never?
Never once.
That's great.
Parents, family, relatives, friends, all of them have been super supportive. Just like, yeah, this is what he's gonna do, and that's that. And they've always supported me.
That's
Never
awesome.
heard anything negative.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You said something really interesting about the friendships are the people that you work with.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that's so fascinating is everybody has like these side jobs. And so sometimes it's hard to like get together with people, especially on the weekends, because that's when a lot of people are doing their side job.
Yeah.
And so that was one thing that's really interesting, because you don't, coming from other places, maybe there's more of a 9-to-5 life.
Yeah.
Maybe not now. Maybe I'm thinking of other times, but.
No, I think so, absolutely. I just know that the way LA's built, it is so spread out that if you want to get anywhere, you have to plan for it. And it's just easier to make friends with those you work with. You see them all the time, and this was a really hard lesson for me. When I went to college, you see your friends every day, you hang out all night, you party all night, whatever. And then you go to finals super exhausted, and that's that. But then when you come here, it's like, oh, people are working, people are doing things, and you have to be prepared for that. And you're not going to be out till 3 a.m. every day. You're going to be going to bed and then getting up and going to work, and then working on your career and working on your things, and then meeting your friends once a week for dinner if you're lucky, because everyone's busy. And I like that. It's a different phase of life for me. It's where I'm at now, and it feels good. It feels like the right place.
Where did you go to college?
Just a small community college in Orange County called Saddleback. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Amazing school.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing
I've heard great
school.
things.
Yeah, I love it.
And did you take acting, or you got an AA, or what did you?
So I majored in psychology and social behavior. I decided to quit acting forever. About 6 months in, I begrudgingly auditioned for one of the plays that was it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this again for the rest of my life. And dropped all my classes, took every theater course I could, every screenwriting course I could, and overloaded everything, and then finished those classes. I didn't technically graduate because I just dropped all my major stuff. I just went right and did every acting class I could, and got back into it. So I took like a 6-month hiatus, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, how long have you been in LA?
Like I've been back for about 3.5 years now.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
because you.
So like I technically grew up in San Diego, and then moved to Orange County for school. Went to Saddleback, studied there, and then right after I finished all the courses I could take, I moved right back up here, and just went full board.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty campus, isn't it? If I'm thinking of the
Yeah,
right.
it's small, but it's nice. It's pretty. Yeah, they're really developing it. I like it a lot. It's just great education. I mean, all my professors were from Yale and Juilliard, and so I got all their insights for a very small price.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are doing the whole 2 years at community college and then transferring.
Brilliant.
Especially now. Oh.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to transfer. I knew I was just going to come up here and start beating the streets up and really making films and acting and writing and doing everything I could to get in.
So your first day back, what was that like after you've got your 60 units or whatever it was at Saddleback, and then you come here? What was that like the first day?
Super awesome. It's a funny story. I sat outside this Airbnb my friend and I were renting for 2 weeks because we didn't have a place yet. And I sat in my car and I said, I'm going to do this. Even if I have to live in my car to do this, I will. I'll never let it get to that point, but if I had to, I would. And everything changed after that. You know, my roommate and I, we lived in this Airbnb for like 2 weeks, and then the lady had this shed that she had turned into like a photography studio, really small, square shed, no running water. We lived in that for 3 months, no space. It was crazy. And then we moved up to this, we subleased this apartment. We shared a room there, and then we moved into our own place, then moved into a bigger place. So we've been steadily climbing ever since.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool that, I mean, she lets you, sounds like she was a creative, obviously, if she's doing photography.
Oh yeah. She was an awesome landlord for sure. Super great person. But yeah, it was just a little tight living in that box.